I love Final Fantasy XIV. I really do. Hello friends, this is Coldrun. Welcome back to a blind playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, where we're going to start the 6.4 quests today. It just came out a couple days ago, a few days ago. I think, yeah, just a couple days ago. And Spectacle Inspection. Oh, this is the Manderville thing, isn't it? I haven't touched that. That was in the 0.5 patch. You know what? I will come back to that. I will come back to that later. All right, so we found it. Barshan. Currying favor. Bless the game's puns. Always bless them. Never mind, screw the game's puns. You're not even going to include curry as an option for the reward? 0 out of 10. Varshan's eyes light up when he sees you. Kukushu, 'tis good to see you. Have you any news from old Charlian? We've yet to hear from Ishtola regarding her search for a means to return to the void. I must confess that her silence has left me feeling restless. Nor am I alone in this. Estinian has such an excess of energy that he has been... Oh, I was mixing him up with Oriange for a second, which is a strange image for a second. That he has been helping train our soldiers with nary a grumble. As for Zero... Look at this badass. Oh my god, I'm so happy she's in the game. Is something the matter? No, Kukushu paid us a visit, and so I was apprising her of recent developments, or the lack thereof. Are you heading somewhere? Aye, to be a badass and replenish my ether. I really like Zero. Oh, by the way, just as far as what I know about this patch line, I know that it features Golbez, and that's it. I have not seen the trailer. I don't know. I'm iffy on trailers. I'm still not sure on whether it feels spoiler. I know it's not really spoilery to watch a trailer because it's intended for people to watch it. But I don't know. I'm still mixed. Like, I'm going to play the game. I'm going to play the patch, clearly. I don't need an incentive to do it. And it... No, there's stuff that I would see in a trailer that may be cooler if I don't know it's even hinted at coming. At the same time, trailers are cool to watch. So I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are on trailers and trailer reactions. Zero, would you like to come? That's right. Zero had a whole bunch of character development last patch, didn't she? Every patch that she's here, really. A rare but most welcome invitation. Timely, too, I might add. I myself was thinking of venturing out into the city. It would be my pleasure to join you. You will accompany us, of course. Nod, nod. I got my little red mage outfit on. Yeah, kind of I don't know. I was dressed up like a Tonberry for a while, but for MSQ stuff, I feel like being in kind of traditional red mage stuff. Come then. I have an errand to run at the bazaar first. When do you think the next expansion is going to get announced? Usually comes around 6.4, around the 0.4 patch, doesn't it? Kind of a tangent, but my main hope for the expansion, my biggest hope, is that they introduce some way that it's enough of us, that they introduce some new player experience that allows and encourages players to level up through a Realm Reborn and all, but lets players start fresh. So that... Because if I have a friend who, and I have a couple of friends who I'd like to get into 14, it's really tough convincing them to go all the way through. And I think they get a valuable experience out of it, but I also feel like at some point, it's nice to have a new jumping off point, a new experience, and the end of this whole story arc seems like a great opportunity for them to introduce that. But it would also require them to not rely as heavily on the characters that have been developed, like for the next expansion to not rely too much on the scions that we've grown to know and love. And I would be okay with that. If they're going to do a story break, if this is going to be the end of the arc, then I say do it. Anyway, yeah, let me know what you think, what your hopes are for classes and jobs and stuff. I'm hoping Geomancer. Zero, I'm picking up more spice. Marid told me to do so before my next visit. Mr. Zero has quite the tolerance, you see. The sisters know we Hanish are fond of spicy food, but I doubt any of us could keep up with her. It's not a contest. With just the spices they normally have on hand, the Mayhane can't quite satisfy her, which is why I'm happy to provide what they need to achieve more rigorous flavors. Now then, variety being the spice of life, I like you, Merry Merchant. Perhaps you'd like to choose something extra to blend with Mistress Zero's usual. It'll help to keep things interesting, what do you say? Fine by me. You can appreciate the nuances of this world's sustenance far better than I can, I expect. I guess I have no real spice tolerance for heat, but I do like spices flavor-wise. Colorful array of spices peer out from hempen sacks. And I'm going to assume that, being in a desert climate, that Kakushu has a much better spice tolerance than I do. Let's see. Coarse yellow flakes, lustrous crimson powder, aromatic black corns, or little red husks. Let's go with little red husks. No, lustrous crimson powder. Bring the heat. Bright red in color, this powder is hot just to look at. It will likely induce a healthy sweat when consumed. Yeah, sure. Again, I think that fits in with Kakushu, if not me. Ah, that's a fine choice, but don't take my word for it. Here, have a taste. Zero may wish to observe your reaction. It would be considerate to sample the spice in her presence. Okay. Wait, how do we do this? Oh, it's up there. Bag of spice. A small sample of supremely stimulating seasoning. You tentatively place some of the spice on your tongue. A veritable blaze engulfs your mouth. Your reaction speaks volumes. That will suffice then. Yeah, okay. Always a pleasure, Mr. Zero, and do give Mayreed my regards. Look at this doggo! Did you see that doggo? Are corgis in the game? I didn't, or was that a corgi or was that a chihuahua? I didn't see it. I didn't see it enough, but that was a cute little doggo. I want it.
My usual, please. But with this spice.
Of course, Zero. It would be my pleasure.
Look at her taking input from friends.
Well now, this is enough to make a whole kettle of your special curry.
I don't need that much.
You got enough to share.
Rest assured, it's easy enough to make a serving just for you. Or we could make the kettle and share it.
I like her voice. Mayreed.
There would be enough not only for your companions but other diners as well. I dare say everyone will be delighted.
Very well. A full kettle, then.
There you go. Oh my god,
We'll prepare it at once.
I'm so happy for her. I'm sure that's all going to get wrecked in the next couple of hours.
And our esteemed adventurer, are you happy to try a bowl of Zero's curry? We can make yours milder if you prefer.
Grateful though I am for the offer, I cannot fully appreciate the flavor with this vessel. Another time, perhaps.
I'm also happy for Varshan that he just gets to be, and it's been this way for a while now, but that he gets to be open about that this is a vessel. It's nice to see characters not lie. Or not, it's not, lying makes it seem more negative. It's nice to see characters not have to hide themselves.
Do not hold back on my account, my friend. Eat and enjoy.
Then I'll have His Excellency's helping. Yeah, sure.
Understood. Please, make yourselves comfortable.
It gladdens me to see you taking to life in Radzathan, Zero. In the area of our cuisine, not least of all. Spicy dishes have long been favored in our sultry clime for their ability to whet the appetite and cool the body.
I've heard that, and that's why in my head, Kakushu is a spice eater.
Of course, spices also have the effect of preserving foods, which makes them highly coveted in foreign lands. All of this has given rise to a thriving spice industry, and the wealth it brings has allowed our nation to prosper while maintaining its neutrality.
So you trade your spices? Seems rather more complicated than trading in ether.
In the beginning, this land was no more than refuge for me.
Strange to hear Varshan giggle.
But now it is my home, and the people of Radzathan my beloved children.
And he just seems so unguarded. I love it.
Together, we build this vibrant nation. And naught would please me more than to show it to my sister one day.
Vibrant. Rubicante said the same when he described this world.
He did.
A reminder of all that has been stolen from us. What many who remember doubtless yearn to take back.
I'm just thinking, kind of a very... I don't really have any grounds to go on beyond just story meta curiosity. I wonder if Golbez is going to survive this expansion. I kind of doubt it. But I wonder. I don't know. I kind of doubt it. On the other hand, if I'm thinking about the Final Fantasy IV storyline, Golbez ended up becoming an ally in the post-4 world. I mean, it was not himself. And so I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be surprised if he lasts as an antagonist. I wouldn't be surprised if he lasts as a as a different type of character, maybe as an ally or something in this along the side like that.
Our home is a lost cause. Our only choice to begin anew. In this world, where we may reclaim our mortality.
A noble pursuit, and a very understandable one.
Nonetheless, it's wrong to damn another to save yourself. As I told Rubicante. As I found myself moved to speak.
Yeah, not noble pursuit, but a very understandable pursuit.
I still do not understand what made me feel this way. Nor what compels you mortals to help one another. But I hope to someday.
We too hope that you will find the answers you seek. What is going on?
What's happening?
Something wacky by the music. Oh, the burning hot, yeah.
Compliments of Mistress Zero, the Satrap's honored guest. We are serving a special curry for anyone who wishes to partake. But be warned, it is not for the faint of heart.
The naan's looking pretty good, too.
Oh, by all means, I'd welcome the challenge.
Look at the little trunk.
Sisters have mercy. The smell alone is...
Yeah, that's what...
It burns! It burns!
I've had those near-death experiences. Like when I mistook...
The facade, the alchemists ensured that my vessel was capable of consuming food.
Are you gonna try it?
However, I fear Zero's curry would test the limits of their design.
Probably for the best.
Apologies for the delay. Please relax and enjoy your meal.
Relax. I don't have time for that. I've been waiting for this.
She sounds so sinister approaching the curry.
Come. Let's replenish our ether.
Yeah, a fierce yes. Her curry has a body count. My whole life flashed before my eyes and it was exhilarating. I thought the spices we picked were perfect. I think this is more of a, like, I enjoy it for the pain of it type spice.
I trust you have eaten your fill.
That Zero smile.
I shall have Marid prepare a meal for us to take to Estinian. I suspect he too is overdue a replenishment. By this hour, he will have retired to his chambers at Magaduta. Come, let us pay him a visit.
Oh, in addition, my other expansion wish, in addition to the kind of a new player experience, is a better wardrobe function, like a World of Warcraft style one, which, as much as I may knock World of Warcraft for a lot of things, it has a in my opinion, a perfect wardrobe system, nearly perfect. Lord of the Rings might be better, but like, no, World of Warcraft is better. Just a list of stuff you can fill in, and every time you acquire something, it just goes in the list of stuff you can now, glamour into. I would love that. It would open up so much of the game for me. I would go farm old places. I would try to fill it out. It would be exciting. As is, I don't really touch glamour. I always feel like I'm one item away from a wardrobe management problem, which is not fun for me. The spicy curry has left you slightly flushed and set your heart racing. Or was it Zero? Whatever challenges await, you are ready to face them head on and with feeling. I don't even know that I noticed the name was Currying Flavor. I just assumed it was Currying Favor. That's incredible. Incredible.
Estinian, are you there? We've brought something for you.
So back at the Megaduta, heading to Estinian's chambers.
Enter.
Are we interrupting? You know what?
Squid masala from the Mehane. I thought you might enjoy it.
I'm so impressed with the game's ability to appease and spark fan thirst. I have no doubt if I Google anything about Estinian art, it's going to start populating with this, with what we just saw and variants of it.
Masala, eh? I prefer my squid dried, but I'm sure it won't disappoint.
What is masala?
My thanks. Idle as I am in our sorceress's absence, I see. I can't offer much in the way of entertainment, but make yourselves comfortable.
Believe me, you've provided much entertainment for the entire internet in like the first 10 seconds on screen. Yep, not just for the internet, but for Zero as well. Maybe Zero. Actually, I'm not sure if. I think Zero might just be unsure about how to act. Like, I have no idea if Zero is ace or anything. But like, this could just be like, is everyone supposed to do this? Is this the custom? It's probably more like that.
We simply caught our friend unprepared. He will make himself presentable at once, I am sure.
At last. We've been looking for you.
My friends, tell me, were you able to devise a way to return to the 13th?
Again, he's so open.
I believe so. It required a visit to the moon, where I took the opportunity to enlist Oriange's assistance.
And something else the game does well, which I really appreciate as someone who doesn't play a lot between patches, is like how it recaps the story for you kind of in the start of a new patch.
Ishtola hath told me all. I should be glad to help you free Ashdaya and put an end to Golbez's dark plot.
If Rubicante spoke true, both Golbez and Ashdaya are on the moon of the 13th.
Right. In that
Unlike
pit.
here in the source, however,
In the Zodiac
no
pit.
means of making the journey from the surface of the star itself. The technology simply does not exist. Therefore, I propose that we employ a gate to deliver us directly to our destination.
So we're going to head to the moon and make a gate there.
Is
Or
such
find a gate
feat
there?
possible?
I didn't think so.
In theory, having once been a single hole, the source and its reflections share striking similarities in geography. And according to a certain someone who unceremoniously whisked us away to the first, the same locations across the worlds are intrinsically bound. All of which is to say, were we to pass through a gate on the source's moon, it should lead us to the moon of the 13th. Of course, there is the risk of Voidsent gaining entry to our world. Thus did I decide to seek Oriange's counsel.
Both the Watcher and the Loporrits are aware of our proposed endeavor. While they are yet deliberating precautionary measures, they have pledged their full cooperation.
You've been busy. I presume you've also found a way to open this gate.
Be it in Radzat-Han or Sharlayan, scholars have long cast their gaze unto the endless dark of the void. And so, with Harnish insights to augment our knowledge, we have indeed conceived of a promising plan to pierce the veil. A plan I am confident will succeed, precisely because the moon is our stage.
Okay.
The preparations will be extensive, and we will require vast quantities of ether. After all, our gate must be large enough to accommodate another great worm.
I'm exceptionally worried about the mental condition of Ashdaya when she comes back. If and when she comes back, assuming she does come back.
My proposal entails delivering copious amounts of ether to the Tower of Babel in Garlemald. As you will recall, Fandaniel used the structure to destroy the Brand's imprisoning Zodiac. And we, in like manner, will use it to channel ether to the moon, and thereby open our gate.
Excuse me, I have to pause for cat stuff. And we, in like manner, will use channel ether to the moon and thereby open our gun gate. Okay.
I see. Then we shall need someone on the moon for the necessary rituals.
Just so, Your Excellency. I intend to head back anon for that very purpose, as well as to help devise our strategy to deal with invading Voidsent. Along with our lunar allies, we will once again require the assistance of your alchemists, Nidana not least of all. May I trouble you to serve as their escort?
Fine by me. The room was beginning to feel constraining.
For my part, I shall oversee the requisite tasks on the star. Might I prevail upon you for your assistance?
We got the whole gang. Or a lot of the gang. Some of the gang.
If all are in agreement, then let us set to work. We'll open our gate, And we will stop Golbez.
Will we? I mean, probably, I guess, but... Look at the moon. Are we going to get a parallel, like, meanwhile on Golbez's moon? Chapter opening, patch opening, the Dark Throne. Pigeon's being a little bit on the needy side, but he's a cat. What do you expect? I have a lap partner right now. Oh boy. You just relax. Going Haam. Orion J wishes to depart at once. If you are all ready, then let us set forth our preparations to complete. If I may, I beg a moment to exchange this vessel for its grown counterpart. It is in the keeping of alchemists of the High Crucible. Of course, we shall accompany thee hither and thence begin our journey. What was that journal? What is that? I don't know what that is. Is that... I don't know where that image is from. Barshan, my apologies for the delay. My, that is a striking simulacrum indeed. Well suited to the work ahead, I doubt not. Allow me to explain Ishtola's plan in greater detail. As you know, we seek to open a void gate in Mare Lamentorum, that we might gain direct passage to the moon of the 13th. Whilst our comrades labor upon the moon, we must needs accomplish 2 tasks. This is also a nice way to get to the, it's not a theme, just a kind of the thing in Final Fantasy IV where there were 2 moons. Now there are 2 moons also, it's just one's in a different shard. Whilst our comrades labor upon the moon, we must needs accomplish 2 tasks. The first is the procurement of a substantial quantity of ether and subsequent delivery of it unto the Tower of Babel. Said structure was once used to siphon the land's essence by way of the Telophoroi spies. Such a method, however, doth pose an unacceptable risk to the greater ethereal balance of our world. Thus must we seek an alternate means of conveying our requisite resource. Our second task doth pertain to the use of the Tower of Babel itself. You may recall that this portal unto the moon was placed under the supervision of the Ilsabard contingent. If we would employ it to different ends, we must first obtain the contingent's express permission. That shouldn't be a problem, though. I should like to believe they would not refuse us, right? So perhaps we should concern ourselves with the ether problem first. Have you any idea whence we might source the vast quantity needed? Aye, a likely location doth come to mind. Let us make for the airship landing. There I shall reveal more. It looked like a Heavensward zone, but again, I'm probably wrong. Zero. I sometimes come here for the view. It's beautiful. I mean, the 13th had its own charm, but I agree with you. Oh, wrong thing. All are present and accounted for? Excellent. We shall travel to Charlian, and then seek the nearby Isle of Haam. So it's a new place. Okay. Near unto the surface of this isle do rivers of ether converge. The churning energy of this confluence is released by way of the geysers. Originally, the Ragnarok was powered by ether harvested from the isle. But as well you know, an alternate power source was ultimately found for the vessel. Yeah, the gods, or the primals. Passage unto Ultimate Thule, to the very limits of existence, was facilitated by naught less than the strength of the Mother Crystal herself. I thought it was the primals, but I guess maybe it was both, or maybe I'm thinking of something else. As such, the Isle of Haam's vast ether deposits remain untouched. We may help ourselves to that energy, provided we are able to secure the Forum's permission. Again, shouldn't be a problem. Yet again, with needing permission, is nothing straightforward in this world. I guess in your world you just take it. Such is the nature of politics, I fear, and as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have been officially disbanded, we no longer are a recognized collective. A somewhat disadvantaged position, bureaucratically speaking. Fortunately, however, there is a recognized and respected body upon which we might prevail, the students of Baldessian. Upon arriving in Charlian, let us seek our friends at the Annex. Ojika Tsunjika. Welcome back, Akusha. What brings you here today, and in such colorful company? Greetings, Ojika. On this occasion, we are come to seek the student's assistance in the matter of some urgency. In that case, you'll want to speak with Kryl. She's in the main hall, sorting through the archives. There's a visitor with her at the moment, but it's no one you don't know, so feel free to show yourself in. Stabby McBeanbags. The best game. Oh, it's, what's his name? The Gleaner.
Well now, if it isn't two of my dearest friends.
As for the other two, I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
Oh, really? You haven't met Zera yet, that's right.
Not in this vessel, perhaps. 'Tis I, Vashan. Though, you are welcome to call me Vritra, if you prefer.
Pay me no mind. I merely accompany them.
I pray you forgive us our intrusion. If you are occupied, we shall call again anon.
I mean, your front desk guy just sent us in. It's not really our fault, but yeah.
It's quite all right. We've just finished swapping all our secrets anyway. Erenville occasionally comes and shares the latest Gleaner gossip, you see.
Erenville.
From forgotten ruins to mysterious relics, if there's aught that might be of interest to the students, he kindly lets us know.
Alas, I must soon depart on an expedition. As I may be away for an extended period, I wish to give Kryl fair warning. Hence my visit today.
Sussy wussy.
I see. There are specimens that want for procuring, I presume?
No, it isn't guildship business, but rather... homecoming. But enough about me. You have business too, yes?
Don't leave me hang. Okay,
I'm
sure.
away.
Far from it. As a matter of fact, we should be grateful if you could stay and share your knowledge of the nearby isles with us.
Where do the bunnies in this world come from? Like, do they have a hometown or like a place they're centered in the source?
We seek a means to travel to the void. There, a man named Golbez plots to invade our world. A man who even now holds my sister hostage. To that end, we require a great quantity of ether, which we understand may be had on the Isle of Haam. We
Haam.
came in the hope of exploring how it might best be procured.
Cured ham.
An invasion from the 13th. Must the stakes always be so dramatic?
Kinda.
You have a knack for finding trouble. If gleaners collected world-ending crises, you could make quite a name for yourself in our profession.
Yeah, what was that Buffy quote? What's the plural of apocalypse? It's probably not the exact quote.
It's
That
true
was...
the Isle of Haam is a veritable font of ether, but as it's under the Forum's direct jurisdiction, only a privileged few get to set foot there. I myself haven't.
So if we want to help ourselves to the Isle's ether, we'll need to secure the Forum's permission. Very well. The students of Baldessian recognize your endeavors as combating a grave threat to the world. As representative, I hereby pledge our full assistance.
Boy, it's nice to have her as the representative we have to deal with.
Now that it's official, you may leave the politics and paperwork to me. Our operations remain small, but we shouldn't meet any undue resistance.
We are truly grateful.
If I may. According to the original plan for the Exodus, ether collected from the Isle of Haam was to power the Ark. Art thou perchance familiar with the logistics of this endeavor?
I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid. Nor do I think any gleaner would. You might have better luck asking someone involved with the Ark's construction.
Are we gonna have to talk to what's his name? Who was the blacksmith at the end of before we left that we had that quest with?
Margaret, for instance. She's a researcher in Charlotte and Hamlet. I met with her for a job recently, and she mentioned working on the Ragnarok's propulsion system.
Margaret the Fell Omen.
You could do worse than to seek her out while awaiting the Forum's verdict.
We may well do just that. Our gratitude for thine advice, and may this threat be but a memory upon thy return.
You're quite welcome. Now then, if you'll excuse me.
I best start drafting our petition. Go on and find your researcher. I'll contact you as soon as we've made progress.
It's a very logistics-heavy opening.
Let us leave matters here to Mistress Kryl, and hie ourselves to Labyrinthos.
Kind of par for the course, though, for starting out a patch.
Right then, time to put our best foot forward.
Yeah, get your bureaucratic face on.
A pity you can't tidy yourself. I should have had Ishtola enchant you when I had the chance.
Understandable. No podcasts to listen to while you clean, anyway.
Later, Kryl, later. You've work to do.
How often do I do that? Do I have that very thing? I'm gonna be, I have to clean, let me do this. But what about that? What is that? No, clean. We're doing thing one. Focus on thing one. Visitors, how delightful. If you require assistance, then ask away. It so happens you've caught me in post-deadline bliss. Sure. Forgive us the abruptness of our inquiry, but 'tis our understanding that thou had charge. Thou hadst? Is it thou had or thou hadst? Thou hadst charge thou had charge of the Ragnarok's propulsion systems. We should like to know how ether harvested at the Isle of Haam was to be stored and transported to the Ark, if the disclosure of such information is permitted. Oh, it's no bother at all. We built special tanks that can store ether just like we use casks to store wine. Simple, really. Simple, but quite brilliant in construction. They rivaled even crystals for etheric capacity. A pity we never got to use them. Ah, how muddled and distant the memory. When Doom's deadline loomed large and we extricated ourselves from a waist-high mire of work only to end up chin-deep in another, I was at one with the world, a conduit for the energies of creation, but now I am truly alive. Who would have thought that sleeping in a bed and eating warm meals could make such a difference? Remember to rest. Even if your goal is purely productivity, resting helps that productivity. Why, I feel positively functional. I dare say it rivals the thrill of dancing on the knife edge of failure. Everyone's concerned. And Zero is nonplussed. We are quite glad for you. Quite. On the subject of the ether tanks, so that we can leave as fast as possible, do you know what became of them? Oh, what did become of them? For the life of me, I can't seem to remember. Oh, but I do remember someone who might remember. He could be back by now. He should be back by now. Just look for the fellow wearing an outfit that screams, "I've been on vacation and you haven't." Very well, we shall seek out this conspicuous colleague of thine. Our sincerest gratitude, Margaret. And do look after thyself, please. Come, let us seek out this individual attired in a manner suggestive of recent furlough. A manner suggestive of recent furlough. Life outside of work, what a concept! Kokol Dankol. She was not wrong about his attire. She was absolutely correct about it. The face that launched our teeny tiny toy boat. How have you been, Kukushu? Able to catch a bit of rest? Not as much as you. My rest has been more world-endy. Well, if I don't know about the ether tanks, who in Baragot's name would? Born right in me very own workshop they were. This is the blacksmith, right? Kokol and Kokol's Forge and all that. A pleasure as always, Master Kokol. I trust thy respite proved rejuvenating. And then some, but I won't bore you with the details, at least not without a drink in me. So, why the interest in our little old tanks? Permit me to explain. Permit me to fade to black. It comes up a lot, but it's a perfectly fine tool. Like, I don't want to they have to transmit the knowledge, and I don't want to hear them spell it out each time. I see. I think I got the long and short of it. Goes without saying, but we all owe you more than we can ever repay. If you need our ether tanks, they're at your disposal. There's just one problem. You need the Forum's approval to set foot on the Isle of Haam. Yeah, we're good on that front. Were it up to me, you'd be on the next ship out, but that lot can't wipe their arses unless it's in accordance with procedural motions. Yeah, again, the whole group is on our side. I'm surprised this is like a worry for anyone. Fortuno, you may be assured that my backside is immaculate. It's Fortuno and the guy. Yeah, Scarlet Monteshane. Thaliok's thumping thighs. Pardon the intrusion. The forum has deliberated your petition, and we decided to deliver our verdict directly. The answer is no. I would hope that the matter of pandemonium... That's right, pandemonium is around. Is more pandemonium in this patch, or is it in 0.5? I hope the matter of pandemonium has not been overshadowed by other concerns, but that's a discussion for another time. You have been granted special dispensation to travel to the Isle of Haam for the purposes of etheric extraction, on one condition. On account of its rich deposits of ether, the isle is home to throngs of vicious beasts. We ask that you cull any such creatures you encounter. No worry, it sounds like a dungeon. That's all. Given the vast amount of ether we seek, I expected a far higher price. Oh, believe me, we do not underestimate the value of what you desire. Nay, we simply owe the students of Baldessian and their esteemed collaborators a debt of gratitude, and we felt that expediting your request was a suitable way to repay it. I love this way of communicating. Whether he intended it or not, I think this is the perfect way to communicate with Zero about this particular matter. A debt of gratitude. We have taken the liberty of arranging your passage to the Isle of Haam. Your vessel awaits in Scholar's Harbor. Then I'd better get those ether tanks loaded onto the airship. We'll be ready to take them where you need, assuming it's safe. I shall head back to the annex, but should you need anything else, don't hesitate to call. Thank you, Kryl. What a good expansion this has been. What a very good expansion. It's going to be... It's tough for an expansion following in the wake of Shadowbringers. It's going to be tough following in the wake of Endwalker, but I'm going to try to... I think as a community, as a 14 community, we have to do our best to... We don't have to do anything, but I think it's probably worth remembering that these were the culmination of a lot of different expansions, so... If there's more setup in the next expansion than otherwise, I think that's totally fine. Seems like this forum is like Alizé. They help others simply because they want to. I mean, that seems a little bit on the generous side, but I see where you're coming from. I don't know that I fully agree with you there. Okay.
Bound for the Isle of Haam. You look like the ones Master Fortuno told me to expect. If you're ready to depart, then so am I. Just say the word.
Is something the matter?
Yeah, why are you hesitating?
I did recruit one other to our party, but he is late to arrive.
Catboy? Estinian? It's gotta be Estinian, right? You gonna star dive in? No, Thancred.
Forgive me my delay.
What have you been up to?
Tis good to see you.
If it isn't Varshan, they do grow up so quickly.
Helps when you have a body to warp into or whatever.
Urianger tells me we have a host of exciting new tribulations to face. And you must be Zero. I've heard all about your daring do in Garlemald. A pleasure.
Thancred's been in dad mode for a while. Is he about to go back in Rogue on the Prowl mode?
Apart from strengthening our company with his redoubtable skill at arms, Thancred may also serve as a mentor in those matters that trouble thee.
Ah, more of a mentor role they're going for. Okay.
I speak of the intangible forces which bring souls together. Thancred is possessed of experience both unique and insightful, that I am sure he would gladly share with thee. Thou needst but ask.
That's probably true. He's probably a good person for that. I hope that, I don't know, it's a... Immediately introducing someone as a potential mentor is a little bit direct. The Aetherfont now accessible. All right, so I think we're going to do this before we wrap up for today. Varshan. He does not strike me as the mentoring sword. He wouldn't have struck me as the mentoring sword either, but I've played Shadowbringers. Thancred. Social struggles aside, Zero seems more than capable of handling herself. Still, I shall aid her in what capacity I can. Alright, so we're heading on in. Party of NPCs for me. The first time around, anyway. Insufficient item level. Really? That's surprising. Okay, what's the required item level? $605. I'm one short. I'm one item short. Okay. I'll see you in a sec. The Northern empty the Aetherfont. Look at the polar bears! We better not have to kill them. I'm fine killing the giant wolf thing. If we have to kill a polar bear... Bad video game. The ice flow is very pretty zoned. Yeah, like, look at me there. Haam Frost Beast. Okay. Here we go. I like this variant on the theme. The pan pipes? Or is that just a flute? I don't know instruments. Look at those happy polar bears. Oh my god. My friend Rack is going to love this. They are a huge polar bear fan. Hey, it's the Sharkos. The Sharkos that were the boss at one point. That's how we bridge the gap. The ice flows connect up. Very cool touch. So this is just going to be like beast enemies, right? A Charlian facility and no mistake. Yeah. Yep. Very Charlian. Like the bosses are all just going to be like an angry bear and an angry raccoon, and they're going to be things like that, I think. Unless one of them could be like ether drunk or something. An ether mutated raccoon. Whee! And there's another Sharko boss. So it's a Lingbacher. Seems we will not pass here without a struggle. What are your teeth? No, you're not a shark. You're like a... You almost seem to have some of a Twintania model to you. But with a shark's dead eyes. Alright, let's see what you're about.
Make ready.
Let's get out of the front of that. Yeah. Body slam feels like a get out, but no one's really moving. So creates things. Are we gonna have to hide behind these? Probably not yet. Ice shards begin to resonate. Let's get away. Oh, shit. Okay, that's what they do.
Out of my way.
And there's a big one. Let's get super far away from that. Oh, no, the ice shards haven't started resonating yet. Am I in the wrong place? No, I'm not.
Together we shall overcome this.
How are we gonna do this? Is it like, is this a safe spot? No, it's very not. I don't know how I didn't... Oh, shit. Okay. So there was an order to them. Okay.
You forced my hand.
Sonic Bloop? That's the most adorable tank buster I've heard of. Couple close calls, but nothing too bad. Mine ears yet ring. Yeah, it seemed like a loud boss, a Sonic-based boss. Zooping away from the ice field to... Oh, we progressed along a whole chain of these things. Go Charlian. Cometh as no surprise here that the vegetation is eminently lush. We have to kill, not penguins, what are those called? Puffins? Are these puffins? I don't know. And I know that they're called auks in this game. I thought they were based on a really specific animal. Look at this cute little fuzzy troll. All the animals here are pretty adorable. But much like real-life adorable bears, they probably all want to maul me. And no probably about it. Look at these rainbow golems! This isle hath effected a curious change upon yonder golems. These are gorgeous. Look at this. This is a very Norwegian feel, I guess? I haven't been to Norway, but this is, I mean, the whole fjords and valleys and all that. The ice flows. Well, I was right about it being, like, ether mutated bears. It's that bear from the ice field. Drawn hither by the profusion of ether, I dare say. Yeah, this is... Oh, wrong ability. This is like the version of Cocaine Bear. This is the Charlian version. Oh, it charges out. I see. Okay, this gives you a chance to plan it out. I like this. I like this a lot. I like that mechanic. Yeah, this is... What's the League of Legends bear? The, Storm Bear there. It's something like... Volley Bear. Volley Bear. This has a very Volley Bear feel to it. Spinning Claw. Oh, wide sweep there. Okay, we're doing okay, I think. Battle Cry will probably... That's got to be an AoE, right? I'm trying to use that... Oh, no, we have much less room to play with now. Lightning Rampage. Here? Oh, no, I stood too close to the thing. Okay. Right, okay. Oh, God. Sure, we'll stay with y'all. This is... So there's, like... How do we know which of these is okay? Is the other one okay to stand in, too? I think it is. I think any of those would be okay to stand in. Just have to account for that it's gonna widen. Let's get out of that. Right, Lightning Rampage. So, right, so we don't want to be too close to the gap. Okay, I think we got this. I think we're good. So, like, is this okay? This is probably okay, right? Yes. Nice. Sparking Mad. That was a cool boss. A little angry crystal bear. Angry crystal lightning bear. And going to the deep below. So that was the Cyan Cap Cavern? Wait, what? No, it wasn't. That was the Cyan Cap Cavern, I guess. I'm a sucker for this color palette. Such an overwhelming concentration of ether. And of delicious Haam polycrystals. Even the sky, is that like rainbowy colors? No, it's just a little tinge of pink on the clouds. Look at that crystalline structure over there. Oh, God, I was in Elden Ring mode. I was getting ready to look for my telescope. I suppose we aim for that massive geyser? Aye, there lieth our destination. Yep, that sounds about right. Here we go. Mapping the realm, the Aetherfont. Is this going to be a gas beast, like a gas tornado sort of thing? An aquatic thing? Almost certainly an aquatic thing then. Coming up from the water and all. This isn't the... Is this Octomammoth? I see those colors. This is Octomammoth, isn't it? The Conehead? Are we going to get Conehead Octomammoth? Slumbering Scourge Octomammoth. I fought you once in Final Fantasy IV. And I've probably fought you about 17 times in Final Fantasy IV The After Years. So we're going to have to use lightning to kill each of its limbs. Of course they'd bring in... Of course they'd bring this in. They'd bring in Octomammoth. Or Octomom. I think. Was it Octomom in the... That wasn't an Octomom joke, the reality person. It was, wasn't it called Octomom in the original Final Fantasy II SNES thing? Here we go. That beautiful 4 music. Yeah, how do we... Where's the... Alright, I don't see... Tentacles aren't targetable, so it's probably going to be... You know, in Final Fantasy IV, it was like a sign of its health, basically. The more damage you did, the more tentacles died. Octostroke. Shoot, I'm in a bad spot. Okay, so some of them are not covered. So they do frontal cones from wherever they are. Gotcha. Why are we running away? I'm not sure. I don't think we needed to run away. I think that was just their AI going back to the front. Saline Spit. Let's get away from that. Okay. I wondered if those were going to be the kind of things you have to jump into to get to safety, like the water bubbles, but no. Tidal Breath. We do not want to be in front of you for that. Actually, that's a front half, right? Yeah. Tidal Roar. Do we need... Oh, it's Tidal Roar plus the Octostrike? No, it's just Tidal Roar. Again, I think it's just the general principle of grouping up in front of it. Telekinesis. Do we want to interrupt them? No, but we don't want to be on the... It's probably going to shatter the platform, maybe? No. Why are you moving over all the way over there? Breathstroke. What is that? That's going to be a frontal cone. Shoot, is there... Where's the safe space? Is this... Aren't we going to... Oh, no, it's a limited range frontal cone. Nope, 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 not. I might. Okay. Lesson learned. I will plug in my battery, my controller, until it's more fully charged. My bad. Nope. No, we're safe there. Shoot, I went the wrong way. Is this okay? Is this safe? No, it's not. It's very not safe. Shit. I picked wrong. I chose poorly. Interesting. Why did they only give me a 30-second mark of honor there instead of the full 60? Is that a change in this patch? Oh, it's a breathstroke is the frontal cone plus the tentacles. Okay. Alright, so you're gonna... So where is safe here? What does this actually mean again? What are the crystals gonna do? Oh, they're gonna... Okay. So there's one or a couple that don't have it. Gotcha. This is a chaotic fight in the way that you'd expect an Octomammoth fight to go. A lot of tentacles. Breathstroke is... I don't remember what this is. I think we have to get behind it, plus the tentacles, right? So, like, here. Yeah. Alright. It took us a little bit, but we got there in the end. Now we can reach that spoony bard at last. It's a fierce-looking Octomammoth design. Octomammoth was always not quite as goofy as Ultros, but had a little bit more goof to it. And so I like this kind of sinister artistry here. We've got distance scale mail of casting. That is a pretty cool design. Got kind of the scales that are kind of resembling dragon scales, given what we're doing here, who we're helping. Welcome, and we had a nice reason to not, like, fly the eagles to Mordor as it were, since we needed to cull the beasts.
For clearing the way, we'll get to work at once. Filling these up will take a good while. I appreciate it if you stood watch till we finished.
No worries.
I ain't getting chewed to chum by some ether-bloated bugger. Oh, by the by, where were you planning on putting these to use? We could deliver them by airship, see? Provided it ain't too far.
Much appreciated. We haven't gotten permission from Garlemald yet, or from the Ilsabard contingent, but
transported to Garlemald, to the Tower of Babel.
yeah, we should give him a heads up first.
That's a long old journey. Too long for a direct flight. Tell you what, we'll send them over with the scheduled shipment of provisions headed that way. I'll make the arrangements as soon as we get back. Save some poor chocobos having to drag this lot through the snow.
And again, for the best, because we need that delay to get permission.
We shall not forget your generosity.
Yeah, go full Shinra. Use the power of the life stream. Suck it dry.
Everything seems to be proceeding apace. I dare say you would have been fine without me.
Why would you say such a thing?
He was kind of joking.
You were not bound by contract or the threat of force, and you gain no advantage by devaluing your own contribution.
Do you gain no advantage from that? I don't know, self-deprecation is very useful at times.
Yet you must be bound by something to speak thus. What is it?
Yeah, that was a...
What binds me?
Yeah, that was a very philosophical response to a throwaway self-deprecating joke, which fits with Zero's character, but I get why Thancred is, like, a bit, like, put off. Not put off, but, like
I suppose.
thrown.
Born of our shared struggles. No matter where my comrades go, I have faith they will be fine. For I know that they will walk their chosen path as surely as I walk mine.
And I'm glad, actually, you know what? I'm glad Arianje kind of prepped him for this by noting that, like, you might have to be a little bit mentory at times.
I trust them, in short. Trite though it may sound.
It's a good answer.
Trust. I remember the word. How long has it been since last I used it?
From what I know of the 13th, a long time.
It had no place in my dealings. Not with other Voidsent, and certainly not with Xenos. Not even in the time before darkness engulfed the world. Full often did Memoriates betray their own, corrupted by the very power they wielded. You could trust no one but yourself. Alone we fought, and alone we fell. I wouldn't know how to trust. Is there some trick to it?
Not really. It's like practice, right? It's like you try it on something small, and yeah, it's like a little the trust fall is a goofy thing, but it's a good example. Like you don't start off by falling crashing down, and if you did, you would never do it again. You do a little bit, you watch someone catch you, do a little bit more, and kind of as you see over and over that they're trustworthy, you let yourself fall a little bit more. So small step-by-step experiments, I would say.
Just stay close to this one. You'll learn in no time. Aye, absolutely fine.
I confess I thought thou mightst have more words of counsel to offer.
What's that they say about the old thing about preaching? Like, preach at all times if you really have to use your words for it?
Oh, she'll soon get the hang of it, even without my help. After our work here is done, I'll see myself back to the shadows. But before that, I take it you've heard as well.
Indeed. The client seeketh Archons, and 'twould seem our extensive travels and neutrality make us prime candidates.
What is this?
Well, assuming we take on the request, I suspect I'll be stuck with you again. Don't let me down,
Is this something we've heard of, or is this new? I'm assuming it's new, but let me know if it's might well be something from that was introduced that I'm just forgetting, because that was months ago. the client. Looking for Archons. Not only allow us use of the tanks, but to arrange their transportation to Garlemald besides. Blessed are we to count Kokol among our allies. Unto thee we must also give thanks, Thancred, for coming to our aid on such short notice. Please, you always know I'm always happy to help. Don't hesitate to call on me again. All right. Quick arm... yeah, I guess quick tongue, sure. Bop, 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 bop. Till next time. See you, Thancred. All right, and that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. Next time we'll continue with whatever the next quest is. Well, take a look. Like Fear to Flame. Well, sounds like the happy part of our adventure is over. Yeah. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more of these, and see you then. Bye-bye.